10 times a day, let alone the press asking me how tall I am. People in general saying, you're not as big as I thought you was. Guys, your size doing all that damage. I always thought you were bigger. I think, it's to my advantage because most fighters are used to fighting opponents 6'3", 6'2", the average heavyweight. And I feel that I use it to my advantage because I move my head, I'm very quick, and I'm low to the ground, and it's very difficult to hit me.
Tyson is considered one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. He reigned as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world from 1987 to 1990, winning his first 19 professional fights by knockout and 12 of them in the first round. Claiming his first belt at the age of 20, he held the record as the youngest boxer to win a heavyweight title and was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, as well as the only heavyweight to unify them in succession. Tyson's height of 1.78 m never stopped him from knocking out even the tallest opponents. Today, I will show you the 7 heavyweights much taller than Tyson who could not drift to the Iron Mike. 7. Mike Tyson vs. Andrew Golota, October 20th, 2000 at the Palace, Auburn Hills, Michigan, USA. The fight between Mike Tyson and Andrew Golota was one of the most anticipated fights of the 1990s. Tyson, a former world heavyweight champion and one of the greatest boxers of all time, faced the 1.93 m pole and Olympic winner in heavyweight boxing at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. Golota is a talented and respected boxer in the ring. The fight started in an intense manner and Golota seemed to have the upper hand in the early rounds. Tyson tried to punch hard, but Golota responded with combinations and good footwork. However, in the third round, Tyson connected with a hard right hook that put Golota on the canvas. Despite this knockdown, Golota got up and continued to fight bravely. Both boxers exchanged powerful punches, but Tyson seemed to take the upper hand as he landed another hard punch that staggered Golota, who ended up abandoning the fight, canceling the bout.
They're throwing popcorn soda. It's at the end of 2 rounds. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
6. Mike Tyson vs. Frank Bruno, February 25th, 1989 in Las Vegas, USA at the Hilton Hotel. Franklin Roy Frank Bruno, the 1.91 m Brit, who became World Boxing Council heavyweight champion in 1995 and also won the European heavyweight title with a knockout over Sweden's Anders Eklund. He faced Kid Dynamite Tyson. The fight went several rounds, with Tyson trying to find a way to hit Bruno and Bruno trying to hold his defense and throw decisive counter punches. Tyson knocked Bruno down with a strong combination of punches. Bruno recovered and started throwing backwards pretty well and was successful using clinch to not let Tyson get on him, but it didn't matter at all as the Iron Fist finally found his opponent's head in the 5th round.
Con dureza Tyson ha aplicado buenas combinaciones con las dos manos, quitado por los golpes que le lanza el campeón. Bueno, una combinación tremenda. Ahora la derecha doblada arriba, nueva derecha, izquierda y Richard Steel británico. Ha sido una reacción visceral, pero una reacción fantástica por parte.
5. Mike Tyson vs. Lou Savarese, June 24th, 2000 at Hampden Park in Glasgow, Scotland. The American Lou Savarese, who was not only a boxer but also a mixed martial artist with a height of 1.96 m. At Hampden Park in Glasgow, Scotland, the fight took place and Tyson exploded with impressive speed with a left hook and dropped his opponent in just 15 seconds. Lou looked like a cloth doll falling to the canvas.
See, of course, in the sky blue trunks. It's the size. Caused. Oh, there is the first one. He hasn't. One is up about 4, and he's in big.
But Savarese managed to recover quickly, to which Tyson responded with quick and powerful punches, pinning Lou Savarese in the corner. Such was his adrenaline that he didn't even realize that the referee was in the way trying to stop Mike's offensive against Lou Savarese. Even the referee John Foyle was hit and fell to the ground, but got up shouting to Mike Tyson that the fight was over. Eventually they managed to stop the onslaught and the referee declared a win for Mike Tyson by technical knockout. a fight that only lasted 38 seconds. 4. Mike Tyson vs. Jose Ribalta, August 16, 1986 at the Trump Plaza Hotel in Atlantic City, USA. When Tyson was 20 years old and had a record of 25 wins and 23 by knockout, he fought the Cuban Jose Ribalta with his imposing stature of 1.98 m. The Cuban had a long list of accomplishments as an amateur where he won the Golden Gloves tournament several times. With only 3 years of active performances, Ribalta was in the top 10 of the WBC rankings and was offered a fight against the young Mike Tyson. They faced each other in the middle of the ring, surprising the audience with a huge size discrepancy. Literally, Mike was at least a head shorter than his opponent. However, it didn't help him deal with the youngster. The Cuban was trying to work with a jab and keep the distance, but Mike's body movement put him under pressure. Right in the second round, the American scored a first knockdown. Mike landed an uppercut and the Cuban was covering his head. This one was hurting his abdomen so hard it forced him to drop his hands.
Tyson's body punches are epic. There's a good left to the chin.
Mike continued to explode with hooks and uppercuts as the fight progressed. Mike's left hook knocked Ribalta down twice in rounds 8 and 10. The fight ended by knockout in the 10th round, with a win for the young Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson vs. Sammy Scaff, December 6, 1985 at the Hilton Center in Albany, New York, USA. This was a very interesting fight, especially as Tyson was only 19 years old at the time and was still building his reputation, had only 13 fights as a professional, and was untested against great opponents. The first to have such an honor was the American Sammy Scaff, who could give Tyson a hard time using his massive 1.96 m size advantage. Mike was relentless on Scaff, who could not stop him with his arms outstretched. All he could do was throw a left hook and hope for the best. Mike was caught with this punch only once and then began to drill his opponent, with a mixture of hooks landing on Sammy's head, and he had no idea why it came. Tyson pressed his counterpart against the ropes and charged in with a monster left hook that broke his nose, and the fight was stopped immediately with a defeated Goliath with a bloodied face.
Tyson does not throw wild punches, Sam. It's
Big left hook. And there is Scaff down.
His nose there.
He's breathing and nose is just pouring in one of those
I
left
think
hooks.
there might even be a tear on the side of that nose.
Mike Tyson vs. David Jacko, January 11, 1986 in Albany, New York, USA. David Jacko was one of the tallest opponents in Tyson's entire career with a height of 1.98 m, but it was not worth much as it was a fight that was short-lived as Tyson proved his superiority in the ring. From the beginning of the fight, Tyson came out with a great physical demand, added to his great technique, which generated a great pressure to his rival. The fight lasted no more than 2 minutes and 16 seconds. During that short time, Tyson showed his great power of fists, connecting a series of blows that amazed the audience.
11th of January, and if they fought until next New Year, he wouldn't win this fight. He's taken 2 counts. 3.
Cada uno de esos golpes fue preciso, potente y letal, lo que generó que Jacko fuera derribado al suelo en 2 ocasiones con un gancho en bucle. Mike seguía lanzando tiros hasta que un victorioso gancho de derecha puso fin a esta pelea.
He's taken 2 counts. 3.
1. Mike Tyson vs. Tyrell Biggs, October 16, 1987 Atlantic City, New Jersey, USA. Tyson had proved that to beat him height was not an advantage. It was already known that to beat him on the canvas you had to be as fast as him and possess pure physical power, and surprisingly there was such a guy in 1987 American Tyrell Biggs at 1.96 m who as an amateur won a gold medal at the 1984 Summer Olympics, having previously won bronze at the 1983 Pan American Games and gold at the 1982 World Championships, all in the super heavyweight division. During the first 2 rounds, Biggs tried to avoid Tyson's onslaught by keeping his distance and throwing hard left jabs at Tyson, while also trying to use his clear height advantage to avoid Tyson's power punches. Biggs had a solid first round, connecting with more than half of the jabs and limiting Tyson to just 3. Biggs would continue to use this tactic early in round 2, but Tyson was able to connect with a big left hook that split Biggs' lip open. In round 3, Biggs had all but abandoned his game plan and was overwhelmed by Tyson's power, and Tyson finally connected with a strong right hand that opened a cut around Biggs' left eye. Tyson would continue to dominate in rounds 5 and 6, constantly attacking Biggs with hooks and rights, though Biggs would survive both rounds without being knocked down. With 30 seconds remaining in round 7, Tyson hit Biggs with a left hook that sent Biggs to the canvas and nearly out of the ring.
That was a tremendous left hand.
Biggs, who was able to answer the referee's count at 9. Tyson would continue his assault as soon as Biggs got up and quickly knocked Biggs down again, this time with a left hook, prompting referee Tony Orlando to stop the fight and award Tyson the win by technical knockout.